My name is Dale Quiddenbar. I got started in this journey when I was looking for something to do after I retired, some sort of volunteer work. And what I did was I went and talked to my wife, who's a CPA. She owns a practice in Scottsdale, and asked her about how I might be able to do something with her practice. And one of her clients is a member of the Havasupai Nation down in the Grand Canyon. And she asked me to talk to her friend about if there are needs in Supai Village in preparing taxes. And of course there is. And so that's how I got started with VITA. Initially, when we first started talking to my wife, we thought we'd do it through the practice. Then we realized this is way bigger than trying to do this as a small project. And so we began researching. I didn't know about VITA. And then I did hear about VITA and worked with a VITA project out of Flagstaff, Arizona. But they have a limited capability, or capacity rather, to service the numbers that we need to service in Supai Village. And they suggested I contact United Way of Tucson, Southern Arizona, that they had a lot more capacity to do that. And so that's how I got hooked up with Tucson. Well, this will be our third year doing it. We began in 2020, but our intent was to go to Supai Village and work with people there, but the nation closed the canyon to visitors because of COVID. So we had to do everything pencil and paper. We literally mailed down the organizers to the people, had them fill it out, had them mail it back to us. We reviewed them. There was questions, we had to get a hold of the people in the village. A lot of them don't have phones. Some of them don't even have post office boxes. So it was a real challenge. It took us 6 months from early February to the end of June to get the returns completed for the people. But the first year we managed to do 50 federal and 50 state returns. So we thought that was pretty good. This will be our first year where we actually can go on site. And so we'll be doing that in 3 waves. We'll go down once for a week in February, 1 week in March, and 1 week in April, if there's a need for it. And then we'll actually meet with the people, do the intake work, transmit it down to here to Tucson, where the preparers will prepare it. They'll send it back up to the canyon, and then we'll share it with the individuals there, have them fill out the 8879s and complete the process. It's the only place in the United States where the mail is still delivered by mule. The only way in and out of the canyon is either by mule or hiking in, which is a good hike, or by helicopter. We'll go in by helicopter. That's how we get our supplies in and ourselves in. The tribe's been very generous. There is a charge for the helicopter rides in and out. The tribe is picking that cost up for us as volunteers. While we're in the canyon, there's a lodge that visitors who visit Havasupai Falls can stay. And they've given us free use of one of their rooms for the weeks that we're there. Well, talking to the tribal leaders down there, we don't know how many families really do need the service, but they guesstimate that it's probably at least 100 families. Many of these families have back taxes they have to file as well, so there's quite a load. United Way of Tucson has a large volunteer corps here, so they can handle the capacity. That's why we wanted to volunteer here. Also, the training here, what you guys have, is really great. So we felt really comfortable that we'll get good training.
Awesome. That's great.
It's such a remote area, and the need is so great. In the past, I asked one of the elders down there how people used to do it in the past, and she said, well, they had to get out of the canyon, then they had to find a car, because not everybody down there has a car, drive to Kingman, Arizona, then they went to an HR block or one of the other places, had their taxes prepared, and then came back. For them, not just the price they paid to H&R Block, but just the process of getting there was very expensive and time consuming for them. So a lot of them just didn't do it. But by going down there and working with the people, we're able to bring that service to everybody in the tribe, not just those who can afford it. And one of the tribal officials said, we want all our people to be compliant with this. If they have to file returns, there shouldn't be any excuse why they can't, because everybody would qualify for the services. And we can do that. So that's our goal. And this is a good partnership with the tribal leadership too. They want their people to do this. There's to be honest, part of it is because they know those people are passing up opportunities, child tax credits, earned income credits, and tax returns. If you don't file your return, you don't get the refund. And the people are letting those go on the table. So they want the people to get what they're due. The first year when we did this, there was a young woman who has three children, and she was in an abusive relationship. Her husband left the village, and when it came, she wanted to file her taxes, and the husband refused to participate in it, and she was pretty distraught. And the tribe wanted to see if there's any way we could help her. We did work with VITA, and we were able to file her taxes, and she got 3 years of tax refunds back, plus she qualified for the stimulus grants, and she got child tax credits. It was $28,000 that came back to her. It was a great story for her. She was just so relieved. She was destitute. She had no income and 3 children to care for. So when the tribe heard about that, they were pretty excited. They go, hey, you guys you're all right. So I think we earned some trust there, and certainly gratitude by the mom. So. I think it's a great way to volunteer. We do it during the tax season, so it's limited time. And the people that I've only done it with the people at Havasupai. And they're great people. They're so grateful for the service that we offer, and I just like doing it. It's fun working with the people, and I'm looking forward to learning. Some of them said, when you come back, we want to tell you more about the place and take you on a hike and stuff. So I want to see the village and learn more about their culture. And